This is it. Wembley Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Real Madrid. Here we go. So, unfortunately, we have had some injury issues. The main one being Mbappe. We have been able to give him injections. He might not be able to last the whole game. I don't know. It's not good. Pogba is also injured. Not like he'd be in the team anyway, but I'd at least have liked to have him on the bench as an option, even if he is leaving. And Gabriel Barbosa, who I'm genuinely gutted about. He's definitely the player I would say who surprised me the most, because I never intended to sign him, and he's proven to be a reliable player, and he's just wormed his way into my little heart, and he definitely worthy of the badge. So, for the last time, the team sheet is De Gea in net, a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Ruben Diaz, Kikuchi, and Williams. In midfield, we have Ruben Neves, Bruno Fernandes. Out wide, we have Kylian Mbappe and Marcus Rashford. Up top, we have Harry Kane and Mason Greenwood. Let's start positive. Let's not go over the top here now. We do have a extra large bench for this final. All going to plan. Ronaldo will play, which will be great against Real Madrid of all people in the final. Skriniar not fit enough to start. Max Aaron's also not fit, but also going to play behind Wan-Bissaka anyway, so at least he's an option. And Dybala and Harry Maguire are the surprise inclusions on the bench just to make up numbers. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it for Ronaldo. Real Madrid line up. Courtois in net, a back four of Mendy. Who was it? Ferland Mendy, Rafael Varane, Eder Militao, and Odriozola. Second time. Casemiro, Toni Kroos, Valverde, Hazard, Junior, and Rodrigo. It's actually kind of frightening how little this Real Madrid side has changed in 5 years. 4 years, 5 years. Diego Dallo is on the bench for them. We did sell him for big money to him. I think he's the only one. To be fair, that looks like quite a weak bench. Pedri is also on the bench. He is on loan from us. I will be so mad if he came on and scored or contributed in any way. But there you go. Let's do it. Let's give a big old team talk. Give the truth. Ruben, why? No. Don't be stressed. It's fine. Don't worry, Ruben. We're at Wembley. It's fine. It's only Real Madrid. They're chumps. They don't know. So, first highlight on the 6th minute. Ruben Neves plays the ball across but ends up with Courtois, who is going to, I'm assume, kick the ball. I was wrong. He threw the ball to Kroos. Valverde plays it through to Vinicius. Turns Williams inside out and goes wide. Kikuchi already with a yellow card. God, if he gets sent off in a Champions League final, I'm going to lose it. Rashford now loses the ball, puts the ball across the area. Mbappe's clearing the box. Oh, that was a big chance. I'm going to put it down to the fact that he's injured and is receiving rather questionable injections. That's offside. Yeah, the injections arrived with a big toxic mark on them, and we did buy them off a dude in an opium den, but that's not the point. We'll tell the Kikuchi to calm down. We cannot afford to get a player sent off in a Champions League final. So, yes, make changes. No, not what I wanted. Anyway, Greenwood's away. Falls to Mbappe. Gets it across to Kane! And we're 1-0 up. 1-0 to United in the Champions League final at Wembley. And Kane, ever present, the calm, collective commander from the front, the England captain, who came to United to actually win something. And in one season, he's won everything if we win this. It gives us the best chance to do it anyway. Real Madrid are going to want an instant reply, I feel. Hazard loses out to Wan-Bissaka, who clears the ball up to Kane. Greenwood is straight through on goal, and Courtois has to make a crucial save for Madrid. Bruno Fernandes with the corner. Kikuchi going after it. Intense stuff. We've definitely been having the best of it. Real Madrid without a shot on target in the first half an hour. Ruben and Kikuchi just slowing the pace down, trying to open up Madrid. Ruben with the ball over the top to Fernandes, and he hits the post. Oh, Bruno. Oh, Bruno. You nearly got me singing and dancing then. Whew. He puts the ball across to Mbappe, and Courtois just has to bend down and pick that one up. I thought it was 2-0. I thought it was. Vinicius charging and flashing that one wide. It's not quite half time yet. A goal for either team would change things drastically. Hazard finds Vinicius. Williams dispossesses him, but it falls to Odriozola. Vinicius, too far for Hazard. When Real Madrid just retaining possession, finds Rodrigo, who puts it into De Gea's hands. That was their best opportunity, if not their only opportunity so far. It's 1-0 half time. Evened out on possession, but we've definitely had the best of it shots wise. Harry Kane with an important goal there. Let's go to the second half. Okay, positive. Pleased with the performance. Let's do this. Let's drop some praise whilst Real Madrid play it forward. Odriozola has a shot. De Gea forced to make the save. And that'll go down as a half chance. Cruz putting the ball in for the corner. It's cleared. I'm so tense. So tense. Militao plays the ball forward and Rodrigo is clear. And De Gea with a save. I think we might have to go balanced, you know. This is too tight. Real Madrid are really coming into this game. Harry Kane now with the ball. Can he feed it through? Skips around Hazard and plays it back to Wan-Bissaka. And it ends. 1-0 isn't enough. I need a second. I really do. Kubo has come on for Real Madrid. Whoever the hell Kubo is. Wan-Bissaka plays out to Mbappe, who's tackled and loses possession. Hazard plays the ball forward to Rodrigo and De Gea to make the save again. He has made some very important saves so far. Both centre-backs now with yellow cards. I think the time has come to bring Mbappe off. But for who? I think Leao. Leao is an inside forward. And Ronaldo isn't going to come on yet. Not yet. Going to bring Regulon on for Williams. Williams is getting a bit tired. And we'll leave it at that for now. Going to demand more. See if we can get a second goal. The Madrid with the highlight. Ruben Neves steals the ball. Harry Kane is through on goal. And he makes it 2-0. Courtois makes an awful mistake. And Harry Kane literally grabs the trophy for United. Oh, wow. I did not think it would come down to Harry Kane to win it for us. He's dragged us through this game. We've had a severe lack of quality. And he's just absolutely done it for us. That's football school. He did the same against Barca. He made 2 goals out of nothing in that game and made sure we kept going. Wow. The ball's bouncing around the United box here and I'm not enjoying it. Cruz out to Mendy. To Hazard. Neves takes it away and Kane, and suddenly United on a break. Rashford's charging forwards. Can he find the bottom corner? Courtois just about does enough. And I think it's time to bring Ronaldo on for Mason Greenwood. Ronaldo comes on against Real Madrid in the Champions League final for United. And is that it? It is. And we've done it. We've only gone and done it. We've won everything. Ronaldo lifts the trophy. Oh man, wow. I can't believe it. I thought it was a bit out of our reach, to be honest, when I started this save. But as we played games, dominated teams, scored goals for fun, we really just gelled and found our rhythm. Found this amazing formation that just worked for us and decided that we were going to score more goals than any team we came up against. And it worked every time. Pretty much. 1 defeat and 3 draws in an entire season, winning every single trophy we were in for. Wow. Well, yeah, I'm honestly lost for words. I'm lost for words. We'll do a little season review, I think. A little save review, and that'll be that. But man, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'll tell you that. I took a few days to kind of just reflect on this little save. Just gonna start with the end of season stuff. I've had plenty of Champions League stuff we need to wrap up through as well. De Gea setting the clean sheet record, and Neves setting the average rating record, which just shows you how pivotal he was in that midfield. Pogba was good, but Fernandes was great, but Neves was the one. And he was the piece of the puzzle I didn't realise I was missing. I literally bought him because he's Ruben Neves, but as cover. I would never intended for him to be the player he became for us. So, fantastic, isn't it? After that, we obviously get our unbeaten season notification. 7-0 at Chelsea, 6-0 against Wolves, 6-1 against Palace, 5-0 against Leicester. Plenty of huge victories. You can just see a load of green. That was our one little stumble. It was a lot of tough games in not a lot of time. A couple of international breaks around Christmas as well. Didn't help with injuries and form. But we didn't lose. That was the important thing. Obviously, had the best run of form going. And then the one that got away at Barcelona. And yeah, I could have managed that better. But We went to score goals, and we did, and we had a good time, but didn't matter. We 4-0'd them in the home leg, which was bloody impressive, and obviously rounded off the final. So yeah, only one defeat all season, 3 draws if we don't include the old friendly against Patrick Thistle. We also had De Gea's testimonial at the beginning of the season against Bayern, which I completely forgot about. Obviously, a very influential player for us, and really worthy of a testimonial. My main man Diaz hailing me there for an unbeaten season. The overall best 11, Neves gets introduced into it, unsurprisingly, really, just with the his contribution. Interesting that the most expensive signing in the world, Mbappe, didn't make it in, but Gabriel Barbosa, it did plenty of work this season. Even with the depth that we had, we really relied on it. We needed it, especially to complete an unbeaten season and win the Champions League and be in everything that's going. You need that depth, and you need quality in depth. And I love that the goal of the season was Ronaldo. That's great. We'll watch that in a second. Fans player of the season, Bruno Fernandes. You gotta love Bruno, haven't you? Ruben Diaz in second, and Mason Greenwood scoring lots of goals, getting third. Signing of the season is Leao. I don't think there was much to choose from. I know Ronaldo came in this season. Of course, Mbappe. But other than that, obviously these were signings for the future. So it was only out of 3, and it probably should have been Mbappe. I imagine if I was playing Mbappe as a striker and he scored 40 goals, it probably would have been him. But we had the strikers lined up, and it made a lot more sense to play him where he's less influential, but where we had space for him in the team. Not that I was just shoehorning him into it. He obviously could play there and did very well, but yeah. The team of the season is as follows: De Gea in net, back four of Williams, Skriniar, Diaz, and Aarons. Midfield of Pogba and Neves. I'm quite surprised that Pogba squeezes in front of Fernandes. Rush on the left, Mbappe on the right, and Greenwood and Kane on top. But that is the main team that we played with most of the season. That was the A team, apart from, maybe I played Pogba more than I remembered in the first half of the season before I decided it was his time to go. Maybe. Let's watch this goal of the season from Ronaldo against Galatasaray. I think he got a hat-trick in this game. He absolutely bossed it. I remember it was a big victory. Yeah, it was a B team away side, but Ronaldo started it. Wow, what a touch past the defender there. Runs the whole length of the pitch and just tucks it away. And that was 3-0. Or maybe it finished 3-0. Oh no, it finished 8-0 there. Yeah, it was a big game. Ronaldo with 4 goals. Yeah, that was his Champions League bow for sure. Greenwood getting top goal scorer with 30 goals. Highest average rating was Kylian Mbappe. Yet, doesn't win signing of the season, doesn't get into the overall 11. All right. Most assists, Marcus Rashford. Florentino, not surprising, has the best pass completion when he played in that holding midfielder role. Wasn't asked to do anything too crazy with his passing. Greenwood with 8 Man of the Match awards. Ruben Diaz with 11 yellow cards. Certainly pushing his weight around at the back. The moment to forget was a 0-0 at Arsenal. That's fine for me. It was a memorable season for United as they tasted success in the English Premier League, the European Champions Cup, the English FA Cup, the Caballero Cup, the European Super Cup, and the English Community Shield. That is 6 titles in one season. Forget the treble, although we did it. We expanded on it. We did the lot. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Fantastic. Icardi steals the golden boot away from Leao and Harry Kane. Well, mainly Leao. both finishing on 10 goals. Icardi doing it in an appearance less, which is why he wins the old award. But as it says, great testament. It is a testament to the great work being done at Manchester United that two of their players were included in the top 3 for the award. The best goal, Ronaldo's was second, the one we just saw. We won't bother watching them then. The Man United Dream Team for the Champions League this season, we dominated it. Our entire back four, Neves and Mbappe and Harry Kane. What a team. What a side. Yep. And the Champions Cup winners. So, De Gea wins goalkeeper of the season. Max Aarons beats out Williams and Skriniar to win a defender of the season. Neves beats out Mbappe to become midfielder of the season. And Leao beats Kane and Greenwood, who's not even been mentioned, for the forward of the season. Dominated. So I know we've already been through the transfer history of the save, but I thought it would be a good way to kind of correlate where we started to how we finished up. So in the first season, we won the Europa League and we finished second in the Premier League. I don't think we won the FA Cup that year, but we had to start with the deadwood that was at United, and there was a lot of it. And I think it took me 2 or 3 seasons to really. I couldn't do it all in one go. I had to have several years of getting rid of it all. So Phil Jones, Pereira, Rojo, Lingard, not good enough. We sent Greenwood away on loan to Villarreal to get some valuable game time in a top league for a top club. And we brought in, well, the first season, Ruben Diaz is the standout, closely followed by Florentino Luis, both from SLB. You know, those two starters, or Diaz mainstay from the day he signed. He must have played over 100 games for us by now. Yeah, 25, 50, 78, 98 games. Or was that 88? Either way, it's coming up to 100 games, and you can see we signed him in the January, so that's why he ended up only having like half a season there. I think that's when we managed to sell Phil Jones for 32 million to some Chinese club. So that's where we got the money for that from. It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. You know, sell Phil Jones and throw 20 million quid on, and get Ruben Diaz, one of the best centre backs in the world, and future captain for your club. Yeah, done. So yeah, he was undoubtedly one of the best purchases of the save, and Florentino Luis was great as soon as he came in. I was quite dubious about spending this much on a youngster, but he adapted well, improved quickly, and forced his way into the team. Ended up playing more games than Ruben Diaz last season, and about the same for each year previous as well. So excellent signings, both of them. The start of the Portuguese contingent with those two, and obviously Fernandes already being involved. Justin was useful, definitely early on. Really needed him. Played a lot of games, scored a lot of important goals. Ended up not being good enough for the final squad, but that was mainly due to the arrival of Mbappe. And yeah, you can kind of get that. And then Timo Werner was the striker that we needed short term that didn't really work for us. Played 35 games, scored 15 goals, and then sold him to we sent him on loan where he got the Serie A golden boot, and then sold him to Watford, and he's done a tremendous job for them, hauling them up. Where did they finish this year? 10th. I mean, they were definitely higher than that for most of the season, and probably deserved to finish higher than that in the end. So that was the first season. Second season, we won the league. We didn't win the Champions League. I think we got knocked out in the quarter final. This is where we really went to town, getting rid of all the deadwood. Bailly, Smalling, Fred all went, bringing in about 70 million quid for all of them. Sergio Romero, Juan Mata, Joel Pereira, Fosun Mensah, all not good enough. So we brought in reinforcements. Donny van der Beek, obviously, well, now we're officially a United player in real life. A good player, definitely started strong, and then when we strengthened our midfield with Neves and he started to perform, kind of forced him out. But he was necessary cover. Gravenberch didn't quite progress quickly enough to be in the team. He for sure would be contender next year, especially with Pogba going. I think this would be his breakthrough year. Yoturu Kikuchi is probably my favourite signing of the season, of the whole thing. He's valued at 55 million right now, having just won the Champions League and played in the final, having played most of the season for United, 19 appearances, 15 of them in the league, 27 appearances overall. Averaging 7.24. He was an absolute steal for a million quid. We've timed his value 55 times over. Reguilon was a great buy for a free as well from Real Madrid. And Sane, yet again, a good player. He's coming into his own. Considered a world-class player. Well, here's my feeling. Well, there you go. Still a world-class player. And still only good enough for third best on the left-hand side behind Mbappe and Rashford. If we didn't have Rashford, Sane would start pretty much every game. But we've got Marcus Rashford, who's just a little bit better. Barbosa came in as a bit of an unknown quantity. He was good scout reports, and I could afford him, and I'm glad I did. Ended up playing a lot more games in the last season than I anticipated he would, and he rose to the occasion, getting in with lots of goals. And for 31 million quid, which it's not a lot to United, that really, is it? And Talis Magno didn't quite blossom in time, but yet again, another one that'd be pushing into this United side next season. Then this is the season where we won. So it's not this season we just watched, but the season before. Won the Premier League, won the Champions League, didn't win the FA Cup, and things were starting to really come together, and we spent a lot of money that year. But it was on quality players. This is where we kind of fully fleshed out the side and got the strength and depth that we needed. Sold Lindelof and Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw was a bit of a shame as he's English, but Brandon Williams came through and we got Reguilon on a free, and it didn't seem to make sense to have three, first team left backs, all left backs. They couldn't play on the wing, they couldn't play at centre back, so Luke Shaw was the one that had to go. And we did sell Julian Draxler as well. He did play a relatively a good amount of games for us. He played a full season over 2 years. We only got him in January as well. But, we sold him at a profit. Fine by me. Pedri, yet again, 20 years old, would definitely be in this United side next season. Max Aarons, man, we chased him for years. Pretty much since the start of the save. I had to watch Norwich get relegated, get promoted again, and then they decided to sell him to me. I was badgering them constantly. And I'm pretty sure at one point I offered them 80 million, and they turned it down because they were like, no, we're going to keep him. We're good enough to keep him. And then in the end, Max Aarons came to his senses and said, guys, let me go to United, please. So 35 million was not as highly rated as Wan-Bissaka at the beginning, and then this season flourished. Still only 23 years old. England's right back for the next 7 or 8 years. Excellent buy. Abel Ruiz, yet again, came in cheap. I liked his stats. I gave him a good run of games, 8 games, only 1 goal. Didn't think it was his time quite yet. I would argue that it still quite isn't, and he seems to have peaked. I do like his stats. I do like the kind of player he is. He's very quick, good finishing, good passing, good technique, very good on the ball, but maybe wouldn't stay in this United side. I don't know. He'd definitely be one if I could squeeze in, I would. Skriniar was a very expensive purchase at 82 million, but 5-star centre back to partner Ruiz was what we needed, and that's what he brought, and that's what we paid for. Unfortunately, didn't get to play him in the Champions League final, but luckily Yuto Kikuchi was on hand. But looking at those stats, he's got to be one of the best centre backs in the game. End of. He's played 44 games, or league games, averaging 7.4, 7.1. Actually played near enough 80 games for us, in essence. Very necessary signing. Ruben Neves, my main man. He just forced his way into the side when I wasn't expecting it. Harry Kane, obviously, as soon as the opportunity came up to sign him, I knew he had to. And that was what convinced me to change system, because I wanted Greenwood up top. That was my original plan. And then, of course, Harry Kane, I'm like, well, I don't want to just send Greenwood out on loan again. I want him to be here. He's good enough to be here. So we have the 2 English players up top. They made a great partnership, the young, fast lad and the older, calmer, veteran. And Harry Kane came to win trophies, and that's exactly what he did. First season, wins the Champions League and the Premier League. Second season, wins the lot. Scored less goals this season than he did his first season, but that was because the style we were playing, we still had the one striker up top, as Greenwood was still out on loan. So he was the focal point. And obviously good enough to be. I'm not quite sure how he didn't get a player of the match for the Champions League final. But I'm sure he did. This is just Premier League. Anyway, yeah, Harry Kane was always going to be an absolute winner. And another English lad for the future. Not quite there yet, but going to be. And then in the last season, we just spent big on positions that we needed. Leao was such an important signing for cover up top. Very fit, very fast, great finishing. The 3 strikers between them. We needed 3. If we're playing 2 up top, you need another one. And Ronaldo stepped in as well up top when called upon and did a great job. And of course Mbappe. I can imagine the AI is going to play him up front. I can imagine. I think if the AI takes over, I'm still not sure yet. But if the AI takes over, I think they'll sell at least 2 or 3 strikers to let Mbappe be up top, and that's fair enough. He's definitely good enough to be United striker. But yeah, getting all emotional. It's been something, this save, and I've loved every second of it. And this squad, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget Yuto Kikuchi. I'll never forget how I played Mbappe on the wing, not up top, because I had too many strikers. Kane and Greenwood, ultimate English partnership. Get them both in the England side. Listen to me, Southgate. Trust me. And then Neves. My Portuguese contingent. Anyway, this is it. Anyway, if I do anything else on this save, it'll be in a very different format. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you've got this far, well, obviously you've got this far, you're watching. Either way, thank you. It really means a lot. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have. It's really been something. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you next time on something else, I guess. Hasta luego. Have a good night.